Oh, yeah. New year, new me. New year, new me. Just kidding. It's the same old me. It's the same old me, but the tower's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty cool, huh? Shout out to Elijah for putting that together. We're gonna tweak it just a little bit more, but works as a cool new intro. I thought it was sweet. Bunch of fun, nerdy stuff, and the thing that I like the most about it is that it sort of just sets it up for all the fun nerdiness, man. Like Star Wars stuff, Marvel stuff. Maybe we'll get a little DC in there. Maybe we could have like a little James Gunn hiding in one of the shots or something. That would be kind of fun. But yeah, regardless of all of that, shout out to Elijah and shout out to all of you. Thank you guys for being here. We had a great time last year. Last year was a really great year for both channels and just, you know, the community and everything. But I'm pretty excited about 2023. I think 2023 is going to be a really good year. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I think we'll see a lot of growth. We'll experience a lot of fun things together. I'm hoping to get out to some Comic-Cons and stuff as well. You know, not just for my comic, but also just to see some of you guys and hang out. So that should be really, really chill. Couple of things I want to say. Show notes before we get into all the stuff. Look at this. I got pages of script. I have pages, plural. That we're going to get into today, talking about all the fun 2023 projects. There's actually a lot of stuff that's not like Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. I kind of consider those like the big three of fandoms right now. And there's actually a lot of stuff, like a surprising amount of stuff that's not even to do with those. And I think part of the discussion today will sort of dip into the territory of, is it time for a new big IP or a new big franchise to come in and really compete with Marvel, DC, and Star Wars? And I kind of think, as we get into it, 2023 might be the year that establishes some of that stuff, okay? But a couple of show notes, stuff that we got to do this week. First of all, because it's the first of the month, we are going to give away a $200 GameStop gift card. But what I want to do is I want to do that on Wednesday for the Nerdvenger stream. So if you're a Nerdvenger member or you're on the fence about becoming a member, you should probably do that in the next couple of days. You'll be eligible to get the $200 GameStop gift card that we give away each month for the live streaming channel. I want to do that on Wednesday with the Nerdvengers at 11. We don't do a public stream on Wednesday unless there's like an emergency. We do a stream for just the Nerdvengers at 11. It's the same time as these ones. So we'll do the giveaway on Wednesday. But also, and Janice, thanks for coming back to the membership. Also, this Wednesday, we got to talk about it as a community. What do we want to do this year as far as watch parties? So we closed out last year not doing a lot of watch parties, which I was more than okay with. But I also recognize that they're a super fun thing that the community really likes to do. So I want to just talk about it on Wednesday. You know, maybe we do a few shows each year, you know, because there's some really good ones coming out, like Mando 3, Ahsoka, I'm really hyped for. Even Secret Invasion, if it's close to as good as I think it could be, that could be really good. Loki Season 2, it's kind of a question mark for me. But, yeah, so we'll talk about that on Wednesday, okay? Because I don't know if I want to commit to all these different watch parties, but there's definitely, I think, a few that we need to do. Like Ahsoka, I'm doing watch parties for Ahsoka. 100%. That's very high up on my hype list. So Wednesday, come on by. We will do the drawing for the $200 gift card, and we will decide what we're going to do about watch parties. Speaking of watch parties, last thing before we get into actual content, everybody freaking relax. Attention spans of goldfish. There's somebody watching right now that's like, dude, just fucking get into the content. Just fucking get into it, bro. This Saturday, we're doing a watch party. 10 a.m. Saturday morning. We do this on the first Saturday of each new month, and we're going to continue that into 2023. We're going to watch something this Saturday. I haven't really decided what yet. I got to be honest with you. I'm kind of feeling, I don't know, maybe something Warhammer, maybe something different. than a lot of stuff we've watched in the past. We'll see. We'll talk about that on Wednesday as well. God, no, not X-Men Evolution. Holy shit. Rebels? Maybe we could do some Rebels best of. Let's talk about it on Wednesday. We'll figure that out on Wednesday, okay? So, a lot of fun stuff to do this week if you are a member. If you are a member. You know what? My Little Pony. Oh, dude, I'm sold. I'm sold on My Little Pony. That sounds awesome. You know what I want to do, though? Before we get into all of the... Morbius? No. Before we get into all the awesome stuff that we're going to talk about today, I want to know, what's your New Year's resolution? What is it? I'm curious. Some people don't do them. Some people are like, no, New Year's resolutions are dumb. You know, I remember one time Will Smith said, back before like he took the mask off and we realized he was just a human like all of us. I remember one time Will Smith said something like, New Year's resolutions are dumb. If you have a resolution, you probably should have started that days ago. And like he had this like kind of, motivation porn type of take on the New Year's resolution. And there was a time when I actually believed that too, where I was like, no, fuck that, dude, it's arbitrary. I think, honestly, man, the older I get, the more I realize, like, dude, everything's fucking arbitrary. And anytime that there's, like, newness or the opportunity for newness, whether or not that's like some kind of tragedy, whether or not that's some kind of thing that happens, and you're like, dude, I need to change this. Or it's just the new year, one more trip around that burning ball of hydrogen known as the sun. Anytime there's a chance to do something new or make a change, I think it's cool. So I have a New Year's resolution, trying to get in really good shape. And I want to know what you guys' is as well. So Matei says, get in better shape. I hear that. The Living High Bunal says, just to get way better at drawing. Oh, that's a good one. Redefine dad bod. Okay, there you go. Are you going to get jacked up? Ryan, are you getting jacked to the gills? Dylan says, don't need a resolution. I'm perfect. Well, good for you, Dylan. Renee says, my resolution is to have a New Year's resolution next year. Dude, good. Nice. I think that's probably doable. You've got some time. It's going to be tricky, but you've got some time. I think you can make it work. Samuel says, going to make a plan for my life. That sounds good. Probably should, plans for the life. Sounds reasonable. You don't have one for X? Finally release my rock opera album? Says Jose. That sounds kind of dope, bro. Good for you. Today is my birthday, so my resolution is to eat less and live long enough to see James Gunn make the Justice League. Right on, Vandolph the Black. Happy birthday to you, by the way. Russell says, to not get triggered by Josh all the damn time. Oh, yo, that would be a good one, but we know that's not going to happen, bro. I'll give you about 20 minutes. 20 minutes into today's stream, and I'm about to trigger the fuck out of you. Scientific says, I'd like to be more social. Okay, that's a good one. Spend more time with my nerdy homies. I like it. Buy a house. That's a very good one, man. Awesome, Ross. That's sick. Monetize my artistic skills more than I have previously. That's a good one. To put full-time effort into my channel. There you go, bro. There you go. That's very good. That's a good resolution. My resolution is to do bigger comic book and toy shows, not smaller, and to not beat myself up for past decisions. That's a good one. I like that. Get over my breakup. Girlfriend dropped me last night, kind of out of the blue, but it is what it is. 2.5 years down the drain. Oof, that's a rough one, Jackson. I have been there before, man. That is not a fun time, especially when it comes out of nowhere. That is not a fun time. But at the end of the day, man, like, you can move forward in a better direction. You're going to have to mourn the loss of it a little bit, but it could end up being a catalyst for some very good changes, right? Julian says, New Year's resolution, have Theory finally join the Luke Soka team. I mean, good luck with that one, brother. Jake says, read more EU books, and I have to get me to react to the Screen Crush video. Okay, right on. We can do that. Become a nerd Venger. What a noble goal. I like it, the Living High Bunal. Also, to be prepared for my baby Venger coming in June. Nice, Renee. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll do great, actually. But, yeah, you got to prepare, right? Magneto says, get out from under alcohol. It's an addiction my wallet and insides can no longer handle. That's a rough one, bro, but I think you can do it. I think you can do it. You know, there's plenty of like avenues to get help for that sort of thing. It's a good goal. Health, wealth, and to finally start a channel, says Sozin. Sick! Commit more time to my channel, says Fire. That's awesome. Well, it seems like you guys got some good ones for sure. I'm going to end this one. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it. Sometimes when you share a goal, it can be helpful to hold you accountable for it or whatever. So I have kind of a cool one. I want to get into incredible shape. Incredible shape. The best shape that I've been in a long, long time is what I'm aiming for. And Elise and I made this little deal with each other where basically like if like 3/4 of the way through this year, we're in this incredible shape. Like if we stick to it and we have sort of a plan of like, you know, starting out with like just, you know, base level stuff, then kind of intensifying the workouts and things of that nature. If we can get into absolutely phenomenal shape by like the middle / you know, towards fall, then we're going to go on some kind of tropical or warm weather vacation like right before Christmas. We'll like drop Liam off with grandma and we'll go out and have a nice hot trip. January's better time to go. You know what? I'll think about that actually. That sounds like a rare Trev good point. Nerd Casual, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate it. I got in shape last year. You can do it, Josh. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think being physically fit is really important, not just for, you know, your own body, but for your mind as well. So I'm looking forward to doing all that. Gonna post thirst trip couple pics. Exactly. That's the plan, Ross. We want to get so hot. I want to be so hot that we can post those pics, bro. Den of Roids? Maybe. By the way, like, here we go. Here's that 20 minutes in trigger warning. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting on gear. I'm going to be completely honest with you. We don't have to go there. We don't have to make it into a whole debate about it. You know, however you feel about it, absolutely fine. But I don't think there's anything wrong with getting on gear. I've actually wanted to do TRT for a while. My natural test levels are actually fairly high, though, so I can't get it. But I'm getting older, so maybe I can get it now. But yeah, no, I want to get jacked to the gills. I want to look like the fucking SpongeBob meme where he like breaks out of his shit like that. All right, anyways, let's talk nerdy shit. We don't want to talk about all that. So, here we go. I know, triggered. I know, everybody's triggered. Fucking James Cameron's going to come in and be like, testosterone's the devil. Like, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. Let's get into it. 2023. The first thing I want to begin with is actually non-Star Wars, non-DC, non-Marvel related. And by the way, guys, I'm sure I missed some things. You know what I mean? Like I was doing my list earlier today. Oh, before we get started, I know somebody asked about Jeremy Renner. Let's get some like love and some positive energy over towards Jeremy Renner. I have no idea what happened. Some kind of accident. He was airlifted to a hospital Sunday morning. And I really hope I hope he recovers quickly, man. Jeremy Renner's a cool ass dude. He spends time in Pennsylvania. Actually, a buddy of mine recently actually ran into him in the flesh, and he's just like a really down to earth dude. I know, you know, he had a divorce a couple years ago, and like, you know, went a little crazy for a second, but that happens during a divorce. I really like Jeremy Renner as a person, as an actor, and of course as Hawkeye. So, shit, man, get better, Jeremy, get better, bro. Poor choice of words. I don't know what the choice of words were, but maybe it was poor. Maybe it was rich. I don't know. Maybe it was somewhere in between. Okay, let's get into all this shit. I would like for you guys, honestly, to help me. If I forget something, if I don't have something on the list, let me know. We'll go over it together, okay? So the first thing that's on my list, the thing that I'm looking forward to, that I'm very, very hopeful, is Invincible. Invincible. Do you agree or do you not agree? Are you excited for Invincible? Let me know in the chat. So, here's the deal with Invincible Season 2. Invincible Season 1 was absolutely incredible. Like, dude, it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. Probably my favorite animated season of superhero stuff in a long, long time. Groundbreaking. Literally groundbreaking. So, we're getting teased. This is the Invincible Twitter account. Update will come sometime between January 2nd and January 31st. So sometime in January, we're supposed to get news about Invincible Season 2. And I'm really looking forward to Invincible Season 2. But I mean, the fanboy in me, like the super optimistic, like what's the best case scenario for this show type of person, I kind of want Invincible Season 2 to be so phenomenally good, like breaking into Nielsen top 10 charts, like getting big numbers, big views. It feels like when it first came out, literally in 2020, unless I'm mistaken, like Nielsen, Patriot Analytics, like a lot of these companies were trying to adjust to streaming, but they weren't really there. So I don't know that we have any idea how well Invincible Season 1 did, other than a social media imprint, which was pretty large. People were very, excited to talk about it, and they did talk about it quite a bit. I'm hopeful, man, that Invincible blows up, does massive numbers, because I kind of want it to be like a signal to these other studios, whether it be Star Wars, DC, Marvel, or any of these companies, that you can do really great animated stuff that leans adult and that is really successful. So to me, Invincible Season 2, one of the things I'm looking forward to the most in 2023. Would love to know what you guys think about it too, but I'm just going to kind of move on to the next one. This one's a little bit weird because we've gotten some weird info about it recently, but I'm really looking forward to updates around like what's going on with the Game of Thrones universe. The Jon Snow show, Hot D Season 2, other spin-offs and things of that nature. And this is sort of a worrying article here where George R.R. Martin was kind of talking about how, due to changes over at Warner Brothers, some of the spin-offs have been shelved. Okay, so I'll read this part in the article. This is over on Fandom Wire right here. It says, in light of HBO Max shakeup, the critically acclaimed author shared some insight on the matter on his Not a Blog website, talking about how he's been working on so many bloody things, came bearing good news about the 6th novel, A Song of Ice and Fire, and Season 2 of The House of the Dragon, which are positively in the works. However, the novelist and screenwriter further remarked that while several of the other successor shows are being developed with HBO, they are yet to be greenlit. He then addressed the status of the Game of Thrones spin-off series, pointing out that a couple of them have already been put off. But Martin hasn't lost all hope, and with regard to the future of these shelved spin-offs, as he noted, how there is ample opportunity for them to be revived. And here's what he says here. He says, and several of the other successor shows that we're developing with HBO, some of those are moving faster than others. As is always the case with development, none have been greenlit yet, though. We are hoping maybe soon. A couple have been shelved, but I would not agree that they are dead. You can take some things off the shelf as easily as you can put it on the shelf. All the changes at HBO Max have impacted us, certainly. And so that's kind of weird, right? Like at one time, I think we heard about like 5 different HBO spinoffs to Game of Thrones that they were working on. And maybe not all of those were good ideas. And as we're going to get to when we get into Marvel, I do think we're going to start to get into this era where it's quality over quantity, and you're going to see a pullback and a restriction and maybe just, but maybe we don't need all these 5 shows. Maybe we just need another one that's really great in the next couple of years, and we sort of do it that way. I'm really optimistic about the Jon Snow show, and as I've sort of been saying to you guys for a while now, I'm hopeful that the Jon Snow show could possibly even retcon some stuff from Game of Thrones that I hated about the ending. Like King Bran is one of the worst fucking endings I've ever heard of. Not a fan. Not a fan. And let me see one thing here before we adjust to the next Dealy Dally. And I think the next one is, for me, Stranger Things. Stranger Things Season 4 was absolutely incredible. And the trailer for season 5 was pretty freaking phenomenal as well. Remember we got that little teaser last year? And I thought that shit was dope, man. I'm really looking forward to this show. Is this the last season? Chat, help me out here. Is this the last season of Game of Thrones, or is there one more after this? Bran is a Kang variant? Oh god, let's not go there yet. By the way, I do have a big video coming out today that addresses all the new Secret Wars leaks and rumors. Some of them I really like. Some of them I'm really confused by. And we're going to have to do follow-up videos to that big video. So we'll talk about that maybe in Q&A if people have questions about it. But yeah. Kang. Beyonder. Oh boy. We'll talk about that later. So, freaking Stranger Things season 5. If Stranger Things can close out season 5 in, the same quality as season 4 or better, it'll go down as one of the greatest shows of all time. It might go down as one of the greatest shows of all time either way. But of course, a lot of great shows have lackluster endings, lackluster final seasons like Lost, Game of Thrones, things of that nature. So, Stranger Things on the edge of glory, as Katy Perry would say. I think that was a Katy Perry song, right? So, could be all-time great. Maybe the best. It's a phenomenal series. It's a great show. Following these characters has been a true joy. And I thought season 4 was something special. I was shocked. I don't know about y'all. I was shocked at the last season of Stranger Things. I thought it was sick as hell. All right, another thing that I'm really looking forward to in 2023, and I guess, shout out to Moss because we'll talk about Dune a little bit here. Dune 2. Dune 2. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Dune 2? Where's your hype level for Dune 2? Let me know, chat. I'm actually pretty excited for Dune 2. And I think that Dune 2, or Dune Part 2, whatever, 10 out of 10. Damn! A lot of people are excited. 0 out of 10 says Frex. Maybe you did a typo. Was it a typo? Were you trying to do 10 out of 10? Wait, tell me, where were you at with that? Wait, was it a 10 out of 10 or 0 out of 10 for real? You hate it? Oh, jeez. Okay, so here's the deal. Dune. I absolutely love the first movie. It has a lot of brilliant things going on. But it's slow, bro. It's freaking slow, bro. You know what I mean? I like it. It's atmospheric. But it's slow. It's long. It lingers. Dennis has already said, and by the way, it's Villeneuve. It's not Villeneuve, whatever bullshit ass thing you guys always try to say. Yeah, it's fucking slow. But Dennis has already come out and said that part 2 is going to ramp it up a little bit. It's the second part of the first book. I believe if this movie's not really financially successful, this could be the end of what Dennis is doing with Dune. Like, if it comes out and, barely breaks even or loses money, I could absolutely see them being like, okay, 2, we're good. You know what I mean? We're chilling on that, right? So, kind of a make or break moment for if Dune can rise to the occasion, can become one of these new franchises that people follow, that people fall in love with, and that sort of takes over the zeitgeist, right? So, we'll see. Dune Part 2. Sometime in 2023. I'm actually pretty optimistic about it. Okay, let's talk The Boys. Let's talk about The Boys. I love The Boys. I'm not as in love with it as I think a lot of people are, but I do love The Boys. Okay? And I thought that last season was real chill. I had a really hot take about The Boys. Should I give you guys my hot take? Do we want to trigger everybody? Right away? Should we get everybody triggered? Should I give my hot take about The Boys? Drive with Dre! Holy shit! $50! Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I'll go over it again when we go over Q&A, but I appreciate that. Damn. Guys, here's the... Okay, here we go, Russell. Ready? Guys, here's the hot take. Did you know that The Boys is the perfect example of a show that puts woke, I'm going to do this in quotes so not everybody gets triggered, woke stuff into it, and yet it is really successful? Did you know that? Did you know that The Boys is the example of a woke show that's actually successful? Do you agree? Do you disagree? How so? Say it ain't so. Here we go. Trigger! Yeah. Is everybody triggered? No, it's true. They do so many political messages. They put a lot of left-leaning stuff in there. They clown on... I mean, they literally had like a borderline QAnon Trump supporter episode with like the intro with that kid and shit like that. And to be honest with you, and this is the thing that'll probably really trigger a lot of you, I don't like that shit at all. All that shit in The Boys triggers the fuck out of me, dude. I'm like, why you gotta do it? But here's the thing. You gotta admit that they do it in such a way that the show itself is still so fucking good. It's like, it literally feels like what we always say, where it's like, if it's good enough, you can get away with that messaging. If it's good enough. Also, they play kind of fair, and it's a little bit more balanced because they make fun of, in some ways, like wokeness and like fake wokeness and all that kind of stuff. It makes fun of that too. So the show kind of takes jabs at both sides of the culture war. I would argue it takes way more jabs on the right than it does on the left, but it's balanced, and it's just so damn intriguing that the politics of the show don't matter. It's a successful show. It's massive for Amazon. And I'm pretty sure it's just been getting better and better as far as numbers go. And I expect the next season to be probably even the biggest. I mean, like, they do a lot of stuff that's, like, really headline grabbing, like the hero-gasm. And even the intro of last season when they, like, crawled into that dude's penis. Like, my God, bro. What the fuck are we watching? You know what I mean? But The Boys is dope. I'm excited to see where it goes next. And again, as I was like doing my notes this morning, I was like, dude, this show is an example of like how to do sort of messaging like that and not suck, you know? Kind of interesting. All right. Let's get into one of my personal favorites that I am bound and determined to make a thing and to get all of you so excited about it, and you love it, and you love it. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you love Rebel Moon and you love Zack Snyder and you're so excited for it. Let's go. Rebel Moon, where's your hype level for Golden Hercules? What the fuck? Come on, man. Come on, man. Jeez. You guys, now I'm confused because everybody's putting 1s, but then I said put it out of 10, your hype. So now I'm like, is everybody just at a 1 out of 10 for the hype? Like, what the hell? Hey, by the way, Jason, I got your phone call actually, New Year's, man. I really appreciate that. I'm going to try to hit you up sometime this week. I appreciate you reaching out, though. Okay. Jeez. We still don't know anything. Jeez, guys. Look, okay, let me explain. We're going to know more about it as the year goes on. I think this movie will drop this year, and I think they'll start to ramp up production relatively soon, and we're going to learn way more about it going into the movie. Now, here's the deal with Rebel Moon. Why am I so excited about Rebel Moon? Well, first of all, it's Zack Snyder, and I do love Zack Snyder. Tier 3 simp for Zack Snyder, right? But this was a pitch that Zack had that he made to Lucasfilm. Literally pitched this as a Star Wars movie. A Zack Snyder Star Wars movie that's based around the Seven Samurai story from back in the day. Also, hilarious. We'll get to the Star Wars stuff, but absolutely hilarious that Zack basically got rejected from Lucasfilm And now he's going to go make a version of his Star Wars pitch completely all his own with a massive budget on Netflix. And Star Wars' next film is David Lindelof, sequel trilogy, Miss Marvel director. And we're going to get there because that doesn't sound like a good fucking setup for them. So Rebel Moon has a chance, just like I was saying about Dune, man. Just like I was saying about Invincible. Rebel Moon has a chance to really solidify itself as this epic, awesome fucking piece of content. Franchise, man. I think they've already greenlit several of them. So whether you love it or hate it, there's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 of these things. And I just think it's sort of this perfect storm of all these different factors. People are disenchanted with Star Wars. People are disenchanted with DC and James Gunn going away from the Snyder Cut, right? Snyder fans are pissed. Rebel Moon is like a place for all of these different fans to like put their energy into something, right? If Rebel Moon pops off and it's dominating social media conversation, if you're hearing things and seeing things like, wow, really wish Star Wars would do this, Marvel should probably take note, this is fucking awesome, and the discussion is incredibly just hyped up, dude, Rebel Moon has a chance to be a new big franchise just as big as Star Wars. And it's kind of just unique to how badly Star Wars has handled their own brand, but I'm excited for the prospect. I'm excited for the possibility. So, how about this? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Am I overhyped for Rebel Moon? Oh wait, that's Q&A? No. Am I overhyped? Because this has actually never happened to me before, right? But I do fear that someday it will. That I get all this information, I start to build this narrative in my mind, I think about the best and perfect way that it could happen, and then I start to get really hyped up and attached to my version of it, to the fanboy dream, okay? And then I fear that someday, maybe, the actual product will be so different and not live up to the expectations that I set in my mind. And I will be overhyped and disappointed because of the fanboy dreaming and the speculation, the leaks, rumors, and all of that stuff. It's never happened to me before. Never. I've never had that happen. But I'm a little bit nervous that maybe it would happen with this. Yeah. Next one. The next thing. And honestly, I don't even really expect anything massive coming out from this anytime soon. But I'm incredibly excited for Warhammer and Henry Cavill's Warhammer universe, shared universe thing that they're trying to do. Can I zoom out on this? Jesus. And I threw this in there just because, obviously, I'm getting into Warhammer. I'm so excited. I'm going to play my first game of Warhammer in the next couple of weeks, and I'm so excited to do so. And I just got into Warhammer, and of course, Henry Cavill, no longer going to be Superman. Kind of sucks. And many of us were a little bit disappointed, to say the least, about that. But as a silver lining, Henry Cavill is helping to produce and bring to life a Warhammer live-action universe via Amazon. Now, my hope for 2023, as far as this is concerned, I want a big update by the end of the year. And I want, substantial plans. I don't, my fear with the Warhammer stuff, right, is that it's something Amazon is doing, but they don't have it as high of priority as it should be and as we want it to be as fans, right? And so I fear a little bit that, like, this could be something we don't hear about for 2 years. And 2 years from now, we're like, yo, where's that Warhammer thing that Henry Cavill and Amazon were working on? What I would really like, and what would just, like, get me so hyped up as a fan, is that by the end of the year, maybe at Warhammer Fest, maybe at, like, a D23, maybe even at New York Comic-Con, that they come with an announcement, and it's fucking serious, bro. They're serious about this, and they're going to do it, and they're moving forward with it. And they've even got, you know, different writers attached and things of that nature. If they can do something like that by the end of the year, holy mother-loving love-o-mothers, I will be so fucking excited, dude. So that is something to look forward to as well. And then the last thing that I want to go over before we get into, you know, DC, Marvel, and all of that sort of stuff is Dragon Ball. Now, Dragon Ball, one of my favorite franchises, properties out there, love Dragon Ball. And according to Geekdom 101, we are getting some new Dragon Ball anime in 2023. And I'm a little, like, kind of, if I'm being honest with you, I'm a little confused as to, like, exactly what's going on, because I've heard, like, you know, from Danny, there's going to be, like, this web cartoon or a web series, but then there's maybe also going to be an actual anime that comes, and maybe they're going to adapt the Moro arc, you know, maybe they're going to adapt other stuff going on in the manga. But Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super, when it was airing, man, I loved that anime was out. I'd watch it like every Sunday morning when it would happen. And I really just love having Dragon Ball out as anime. I saw the movie last year, the Dragon Ball Superhero movie. I loved it. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball. I said I want to make an anime channel this year, and I do plan to hopefully do that. And if Dragon Ball came back and was releasing on, like, a pretty consistent schedule, that would really help me out, because then I'd have, like, you know, content to make around Dragon Ball as it came out. But I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty damn excited for Dragon Ball. Now, here, let me ask you guys a question. Let me get this part of the script out of the way. F Dragon Ball! How dare you? How dare you? And also, Kobe. How about this? Before we move on to Star Wars, we'll move to Star Wars next. Did I miss anything? Is there anything non-Star Wars, DC, or Marvel that I missed that we should talk about, that we should be looking forward to in 2023? What do you think? Is there anything else I missed? The XFL. Yeah, let's go. XFL, let's go. Ooh, D&D movie. Oh, shit. Thanks, Dark Dragon. Okay, let's talk about the D&D movie. The $1 billion grossing D&D movie. Okay? TMNT. Well, what's going on with TMNT? And is Elder Scrolls 6 even happening this year? Don't play. Don't play. Don't play with my emotions like that. Jesus, David. Okay, so the D&D movie. By the way, how many of y'all have ever played Dungeons and Dragons? I just want to know. Put a 1 into the chat if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons. What's my go-to magic deck look like? What are you talking about? For my commanders? Let's do that in the Q&A. Save that for the Q&A. I'll talk magic for sure. Okay, so yeah, a bunch of y'all have played D&D. Okay. So my hope, and Jackson, I really appreciate that. We'll get into Q&A. It might be a long stream, guys. We got 3 more pages of notes, okay? It might be a long stream. I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons is literally the best experience you can have as a gamer. It is an incredibly just so cool, man. I've played all kinds of different games. I've played tabletop games. I've played card games. I've played video games. I've played games of Red Rover. I've played games of laser tag, bumper cars, tag, all the good ones. Dungeons and Dragons, or role-playing in general, is the best experience you can have as a gamer. You are only limited by your imagination and what the Dungeon Master sets in front of you. It's fucking awesome, Okay? And the lore of Dungeons and Dragons specifically is so damn cool. The magic items, the magic systems, the classes, the races, the species, all of it. It's fantastic. And for this movie, man, it really seems like love and care and attention has finally been given to all of these different nerdy aspects. There's mimics. There's a black dragon doing toxic breath weapon. There's so much fun stuff in that trailer. I'm telling you, it is going to connect with people that love Dungeons and Dragons a lot. And hopefully, my wish is that it's so damn cool that people are like, yo, I want to try Dungeons and Dragons out. And there's also this new sort of digital tabletop system that D&D is working on to get people to play. It's absolutely incredible. So I hope the movie makes $1 billion. And then I hope everybody, not if Watts has anything to do with it. I mean, that's fair. And then I hope that a lot of people get excited about possibly checking out or playing Dungeons and Dragons. Let's fucking go. Dungeons and Dragons is the shit. If you've never played it, you don't know. You don't know what you're missing out on. Okay, what else? Gen V, what you talking about? All right, what else? Before we get into the big three. Did you go to the gym yesterday for your New Year's resolution? No, but I went on Saturday, I think. I didn't go Sunday. I'm going to try to go today, though. What else? The Boys spinoff? I mean, okay, I'll check it out. I don't know how crazy I am about that. One Piece live action. Yeah, I don't know. The Last of Us series. So here's the thing. I'm probably not going to check out The Last of Us, guys. I just never played the games. I don't like scary stuff. So, yeah. Spider-Verse. Yeah, let's talk Spider-Verse. I don't have that in the Marvel section, but of course, Across the Spider-Verse, I'm super hyped up for it. It seems really, really cool. I don't have a Sony list, mainly because, like, what are they doing? Like Madam Web and some bullshit? What are the confirmed Sony movies coming out this year besides in Across the Spider-Verse? Oppenheimer's going to be sick, dude. Bad Bunny, El Muerto. Oh, fuck that, bro. You kidding me? Craven. Oh, yeah, Craven. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. I might not even watch Craven, dude. Morbius 3. No thanks. Yeah, I literally might not watch Craven. Transformers looks sick, actually. Mario looks sick. Those are good. Those are good for sure. Hype for The Chosen? I don't even know what that is, brother. Maxine. Wait, what? Boycott Sony. I don't even know if it's boycotting. It's just like, I give a shit about my time. I care about my time. So it's not even a boycott. It's like, y'all just suck, bro. Like, it's literally, it's not a boycott. It's just that my time is valuable. Like, come on, man. What is Maxine? What are you talking about? With 3 X's? Is this some sexual thing? What are you guys talking about? You're boycotting it? Okay. Yeah, Vinland Saga stuff, for sure. Crowdfunding series about Jesus and his disciples. Oh, okay. Yeah, I actually, now that you think about it, I have actually heard of that. I'm just not that into it. Indiana Jones, bro. All right, hang on. We got to do a new poll. I want to know, does Indiana Jones come out this year? Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed? The Witcher prequel? Hell nah. Hell nah. Okay. Are you hyped for Indiana Jones? Are you hyped for it? I just want to know. Are you guys hyped for Indy? Paw Patrol 2. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, Second Son, you're probably the only person excited for Madam Web, for sure. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I've heard about that, and apparently my time was sent. There's some good buzz on it, so that's kind of cool. The Barbie movie, I told Elisa I'd go check it out. Dude, look at that. 50%. It's tied. Literally only 50% of chat is excited for Indiana Jones. And now it's kind of going the other direction. Like, I don't know, man. Creed 3 looks sick, dude. I'm excited for Creed 3. So, I don't know. I imagine, depending on what's happening, I will go check out Indiana Jones and the stupid dial of whatever. But I'm not hyped about it at all. I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, Indiana Jones, like, no. Like, the Crystal Skull was horrible. Those first movies are incredible. But I have no, like, I don't need to go back to the character of Indiana Jones. Like, I'd rather just watch the first 3 movies. You know what I mean? And to me, Indiana Jones is not like Star Wars where you're like, but there's this fucking grand universe, this galaxy, the dark side, the light side, and all that. It's like, no, Indiana Jones was just a dude, and the movies were dope. I don't need it. I don't need more Indiana Jones. I'm real interested to know how this movie performs. You loved Crystal Skull, Angel? Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. Well, Predator, somebody said it's like Predator. I actually think Predator's a little bit different because you could do all sorts of fun stuff with the Predator franchise. Like, I think Prey is a great example of what they should do. They should do, the next one should be samurai in feudal Japan. The Predator should come fight some samurai and ninjas. That shit would be sick. Like, I feel like there's actually a model to do fun Predator stuff in different eras. You know what I mean? Like the Romans, the Spartans, or something. Like, that shit would be fun. Can't forget about Willow. Never heard of her. I'm excited to see de-aging technology at work. That shit is crazy. That's true. That aspect of it will be interesting. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see when it comes to Indiana Jones. I'm not like rooting for the movie to fail. I'm not like, fuck you, Lucasfilm. Even though a little bit it's like, fuck you, Lucasfilm. I just got to be real. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Okay, let's get into Star Wars, man. Star Wars. Star Wars. Y'all know about Star Wars? Hey, man. Y'all know about Star Wars? Do you know about the War in the Stars? Should I open up? This should be the image. This is the image that matters for Star Wars. This is what we're going to have when we talk about this, okay? Well, for Bad Batch 2 anyway. So, Bad Batch Season 2 comes out tomorrow night / Wednesday, I think. 2 episodes dropping. And I think that's a great way to start the year. Ryan Brantley, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Gunji! Gunji! Andor would never, by the way. Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm done. No more Andor stuff. We're not gonna go there. Andor would never. Okay, so Bad Batch Season 2. What comes out in the next couple of days? 2 episodes. Should be a banger of a season. I'm really, really excited. And I mean, you've got Gunji, you've got Emperor Palpatine, you've got Omega, you know, a lot of fun stuff. And it could tie via Mount Tantus and Thrawn into where we're going in Ahsoka and the Mandoverse and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited. I think that's a great way to start the year. Bad Batch will be very fun for the fan base and roll right in to a couple of incredible fucking pieces of content, or, you know, stuff that seems very, very hype. You've got The Mandalorian Season 3, which, I mean, bro, hot damn. Hot damn am I excited for The Mandalorian Season 3. This is really what it's about here. Din versus Bo. And I actually think they might just give Bo the rule. That's fucking, I don't know. We're going to see what happens. But regardless, should be really, really cool. It's also a real, like, curious place for Star Wars as a brand, because, like I've been saying, like, dude, if there's a lack of audience for Mando 3, that's a really, really bad sign. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Mando 3 is going to blow up and be massive for them. Do way better numbers than Andor. Probably even bigger numbers than Kenobi and Boba did last year. I think Mando 3 will do massive numbers. And if Bad Batch is really good, Season 2, that's really going to help, because people are going to be in that Star Wars mood. They're going to be really, really excited. And right around this time, we get Jedi Survivor as well. Like, bro, I'm going to be honest. 2022, rough year for Star Wars. Rough year for Lucasfilm. But this first quarter in 2023 is strong. Holy shit. They've got a strong lineup, and I'm really excited. I'm excited for the Star Wars fan base, and I really do hope that it's good in the way that, like, it brings us all back together. Like, at the end of Mando Season 2, when that shit was happening, the whole fan base for a second got back together. The whole fan base loved Luke coming back and loved the finale, loved all of it. The whole fan base, it felt like we were all back, and I just think we need some dubs. We need some serious dubs to bring the Star Wars fandom back together, and they've got a fucking triple threat attack of incredible pieces of content to start 2023, so I'm pretty hyped. Now, unfortunately, after that, from there, Star Wars has to do something which is undoubtedly going to plunge the fandom right back into the debacle state that it usually is in. And I'm talking about making announcements. I'm talking about movies. Whether this happens at Star Wars Celebration or it happens later in the year at Comic-Con or D23 or at an investor call or something, Star Wars has to talk about the fucking movies. Now, what do we know about this next movie? Well, Andor, yeah, they're going to talk about Andor Season 2. You know, we'll get there. But the real problem with Star Wars is that they appear to have decided the direction they want to go with their movies. And there's even more information about this. Like, I think Jeff Snyder was talking with, on the podcast he does with Roca. And he said the Lindelof movie is supposedly going to try to release in 2025. So they're going at it hard. They're going to sort of speed up production on that. And it might even start shooting next year. And they're gonna have to announce what it is. And unfortunately, all signs point to it being a film set in the sequel trilogy era post Episode 9. It will have a female person of color as the main character, supposedly. This is the rumor. Some of the sequel trilogy characters will show up. I don't think John Boyega, but likely Poe, likely Rey, likely Rose Tico, as I reported several months ago on Nerd Theory. And all this shit seems like it's real, and all this shit seems like this is the way it's going. By the way, the Miss Marvel director is going to be the director. So, I mean, here's the deal. Like, that is goddamn ridiculous. Like, that's just fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is Crazy Town, USA. What the fuck are they thinking? So the problem is going to be that we're going to go from such a strong beginning for 2023. And it's going to be, like, incredible. And then all of a sudden, they're going to have to talk about this. It's fucking real, and they're going to have to talk about it. And the fandom is going to have to decide how they feel about at least the first movie. I'm hearing all the next 3 movies being set post-sequel with sequel trilogy characters, and yeah. So, never a dull moment as a Star Wars fan. I can't wait to see the fucking reaction. This is going to be crazy, dude. Like, what a bold move to do that. So, that's kind of something to look forward to as well, because it's going to be absolutely fucking crazy. Now, luckily, after that, we're going to get what I think will be one of the greatest things that Star Wars has ever done. And that would be the Ahsoka show. But here's the thing. I was really surprised. I dropped a video on Saturday about the new Ahsoka leaks, Thrawn stuff, how I think it's good, like the coolest fucking thing Star Wars has ever done. I'm so excited for it. I think it's incredible, okay? I was shocked at how many people in the comment section were like, lame, nope, fuck that. I think that's horrible. These leaks sound horrible. And I want to do a poll, but here's the thing. We need to do a poll, and I need you guys to remind me. We need to do a poll on Nerd Theory. I think Nerd Theory is a better, sort of bigger audience that with a whole mix of different people. I feel like if we're going to do the poll here, and I think you guys will mostly like the leaks. Do you like the Ahsoka leaks? That's what I want to know. And I think a lot of people here are going to say they like them. I'll be shocked if not. But I'm really interested in what the Nerd Theory audience thinks. Like, do people actually like these leaks? Is it a vocal minority of people that are like, no, this sounds horrible? Or am I in the minority? I think it sounds awesome. But then there's a ton of people that are like, no, fuck that, and they hate it because, oh my god, what a disaster for Star Wars if like they put all this effort, time, energy, if Dave's like whole thing is going to be this, and then people are like, oh really, magic? No thanks. Oh, Thrawn, a Lich Lord, undead army, horrible. Give me Andor and Cyril. You know what I mean? Like, is that what's going to happen? Are people just going to be like, nah man, I'd prefer 12 episodes of a Prison Break, a Simp Lord. And, yeah. So, here. 86% of you guys that have done the thing so far, Luke could plug a leak. Hi-oh! But, like, this is what I thought would happen. A lot of you guys are really excited about it. I think our community is really excited about this, for the most part. But I want to know what the wider Star Wars audience thinks. Because, again, I was shocked at how many comments were negative. As I was, going through the comments over the weekend, I was like, damn, dude. Yeah, Trev says, I have seen a lot of hate for the Ahsoka leaks. Same. And I'm shocked, to be completely honest with you. It shocks me. So I'm trying to, that's what I want to know. It's like, is it a minority of people that are really loud? Or is that actually, like, are we heading towards another craziness? I don't know. Okay, next thing, and we'll only talk about this briefly because I'm not certain that this show will come out this year. Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is supposed to tie into a lot of the stuff that's going on in Ahsoka. It's a relatively new idea that was pitched, but they're trying to streamline this thing. And to be honest with you, they need to slow down. Not good things are happening with the Skeleton Crew production. That is all I'm going to say about that. But I think they should slow down. Push it to 2024 and just take your time. Take your time with it. However, it really does feel like Lucasfilm was like, no, we need it now. So we'll see what goes on with Skeleton Crew. Generally, kind of excited for it. Hopeful that it could be really cool, especially if it ties to the Ahsoka stuff. But if they go big with the Ahsoka stuff, and again, people hate it. I mean, Star Wars. Jeez. Let me just hit you with some Salt Bay of that. Okay. Next one we're going to get into is DC. Okay, we're going to talk DC, DCEU. Is there anything I missed, though, with Star Wars? Anything I missed? Anything we need to talk about with Star Wars still? Anything we need to talk about with Star Wars? Anything I missed? Jedi Survivor. We talked about it. We talked about that. Acolyte. I mean, maybe, dude. I don't see Acolyte coming out. Oh, the Reva show? Can't wait. I don't see Acolyte coming out next year, but I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong, dude. Visions 2? Ooh, I would love it. Love it. You missed the new nudes of Kathleen Kennedy? Yeah, on purpose. On purpose, I missed them. And also, just for scientific and research purposes, hit me up with that link. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I don't think Acolyte's coming out, dude. It would be cool, though. Maybe late in the year. So, again, like, let me just take you through what I think is going to happen with Star Wars. It's going to be like a fucking roller coaster, okay? The first part of the year, we're going to be like, yo, Bad Batch is sick. Holy shit. Jedi Survivor is titties. Oh, my God, Mando Season 3 so good. Wait, what? More sequel trilogy movies? Come again? I must have misheard. So like that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at with Star Wars. Okay, now let's talk. Let's talk about DC and the DCEU. This one was pretty quick, pretty easy for me. And I'm really curious as to how you guys feel about this, but I think a lot of, hey, Fur! What's up, Fur? Hope you're doing well. A lot of this will hinge upon what James Gunn and Peter Safran are going to do in January or in the early part of the year. I don't even know, but I heard that they want to announce something early 2023, and they want to announce a few of the movies and maybe what the plan is, okay? First question. Let's go to the polls. Let's go to the polls. Let's go to the polls. Do you think James Gunn will be very clear in the announcement? Because here's sort of the issue. Here's sort of the issue. I would really like to believe that he's going to come out and be crystal clear on what's happening. And if he's crystal clear on what's happening, it could be really good or really bad for the DC movies that are coming out that year. The main question is this a total reboot or is it a partial reboot? Is it a soft reboot or a complete and total reboot? Okay? And if it is a complete and total reboot, it will be great and also ruin the fuck out of a lot of the movies that come out next year. So, like, you know, Shazam, Aquaman, The Flash, which, by the way, I gotta show you this. This picture of the Flash here. This is the stuff of nightmares, bro. This shit is hilariously horrible. You've got just fucking feast your eyes on what the Flash movie has coming for you there, okay? Now, it's like a double-edged sword. It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. Because if he comes out and he's super vague and he's like, we're going to do a Superman movie and we're going to do this movie, we're going to do that movie, and he doesn't address whether or not it's a full reboot or not, I feel like fans are going to be in this limbo state. They're going to be really upset. They're going to be like, what the fuck, right? But if he doesn't say total reboot, it could actually help like the Flash movie, the Aquaman movie, or whatever, because you're like, well, maybe some of this will still matter in the next universe, right? So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, and it's like two main questions. Is he going to be completely honest, and is it a full reboot, right? But as far as that, like, maybe the Flash, despite this horrible, vomit-inducing suit for the Flash here, The Flash is probably the only movie that really interests me next year. Like Joker 2 as a musical, I do not give a solitary fuck about Joker 2 as a musical. Like, I don't at all. Maybe some of you do. Do some of you care about the Joker 2 in the musical? That would be kind of interesting. Blue Beetle, that actually seems kind of cool. And we've got to see like a trailer and whatever, but I like the main actor. I like the Scarab. I like Blue Beetle as an idea. It seems kind of fun. But Shazam, I would probably not going to see either way. Like, even if nothing of a reboot was happening, I wouldn't go see Shazam. I do not care. That movie looks garbage to me, right? Aquaman 2. What the fuck is Aquaman 2? Have we seen a trailer for Aquaman 2, by the way? Like, have we seen a trailer for Aquaman 2? Have we? Because if we have, I forgot the fuck out of that trailer. It's Lobo. This motherfucker doesn't even want to be Aquaman. It's the highest grossing DCEU movie, and he doesn't even want to be Aquaman. He'd rather be Lobo. How am I supposed to get excited about Aquaman 2 when your lead actor is not even excited to play the role. He's more excited to be recast. Holy shit, dude. Are you kidding me? And then I couldn't think of a single show. Like, are they even doing Peacemaker 2? Peacemaker 2, the DCEU Boogaloo? Is that the show? Like, the Penguin show? The fucking Penguin show. From the version of Penguin where he's literally just... He's not... What are we doing here? The Penguin show? Is there a single DC show? The Penguin show is going to be awesome? Well, you'll have to let me know. Because I ain't watching that shit. Like, what? Okay, so let me explain this image because I think we've caused enough nightmares. So what this is during the film, while he is at the other universe, Barry's not going to have his suit. And so this is a Batman suit. You can actually see it. It's the cowl. You can see the little ears or the thing. You can see the cowl's circles things here. This is a Batman suit. This is one of Michael Keaton's Batman suits that they turn into a Flash suit. It is the stuff of nightmares. It is horrible, horrendous, disgusting, ridiculous. So that's what we got going on there. Yeah. So Josh is a hater, maybe a little. So what are there any shows? Like, are there any DC shows? Like, is there anything DC that's a show that we should be excited for or look into or whatever, right? I should just leave this up for the rest of the stream. Another season of Titans. Yeah. No. There's nothing. I mean, Titans is fine, but Titans is going to get canceled anyways. All these shows are going to get canceled, dude. Harley Quinn. I've heard Harley Quinn's dope. Not for me, though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, DC, you've got a long way to go. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. We're done with that one. Let's talk about Marvel. Let's talk about Marvel. Now, this one is pretty interesting. Marvel is in a pretty interesting spot here. And they gotta do some stuff. You know what I mean? They gotta do some stuff. Here, we'll do this one. This is kind of a fun image. Put this up. So Marvel begins the year with Quantumania, and it's going to be Kang the Conqueror, who we're all really excited to check out. This will set the stage for all of Phase 5, and I'm hopeful that Quantumania is really cool. The rumor is they've done some reshoots to put a bunch more Kang in it because maybe there wasn't enough Kang in it initially. Excited about Quantumania, but I've got a lot of questions. And I think, here's the main thing with Marvel is that we're coming out of Phase 4, and Phase 4 absolutely did not slap and really did shake the foundation of the Marvel fan base and the zeitgeist, okay? When you have shows dropping out of Nielsen's top 10 charts, when you have movies that are widely considered horrible, like Love and Thunder, there's some damage being done. Okay? There is some damage being done. And the question with 2024 is, are we going to see the turnaround? Are we going to see the turnaround? Because we're hearing so much about the 2024 films and the whole Thunderbolt thing, Captain America thing. Bro, they're going fucking ham. That shit's going to be ridiculous. 2024 for Marvel seems like it's going to be absurd. You've got Daredevil, 18 episodes. They're shooting that all this year. Does 2023 have a chance at adjusting enough, being exciting enough to get the fan base kind of turned around? Well, one of the things I want to bring up here and I just want to kind of talk about this together, is that there are massive changes happening at Marvel behind the scenes, and one of the big changes has to do with the TV shows. I literally heard yesterday, and I thought this was pretty crazy, but it might actually be true. I literally heard that Marvel is thinking about taking it all the way down to 1 or maybe 2 shows a year. 1 or 2 shows a year, and that's it for Disney Plus. I actually think that's an incredible idea because a lot of these shows just seem completely fucking pointless. Like Agatha, Coven of Chaos, maybe it'll have a little bit of Children Crusade stuff with the children. But you know what it really is? It's going to be just this big campy show with a bunch of actors playing all of these different roles, and it's supposed to be just super campy and ridiculous and magical and fun. I'm not saying that the show couldn't be great, but they shouldn't make an Agatha show. They should put Agatha into another show that's bigger and that's taken more seriously. Same thing with Wonder Man. Wonder Man, probably just going to be like a sort of slapstick comedic look at Hollywood via the lens of a crazy powerful character like Wonder Man. You don't need a fucking Wonder Man show. You need Wonder Man in another show that's a bigger idea, right? Echo. You don't need Echo, period, full stop, as a character or a show. But if you do want Echo, just throw her into the Daredevil show, bro. The Echo show seems like it's going to be a fucking disaster, and it's a show that doesn't matter. We don't need a show like that. Now, luckily, real talk, 100% real talk, they know this. Feige's come to this belief, and they're going to kill a lot of this shit. They're not doing this shit anymore. But they already have so much going into development that it's a little scary because I feel like they're going to have to go through some really more Phase 4 goobly glob type of production before we sort of get into the new phase of Marvel where it's like we don't have the bullshit anymore, right? So this is kind of an interesting story. There was a video that confirmed 5 MCU shows in 2023. It was deleted by Marvel. And so comicbookmovie.com and a lot of other folks are claiming that you may well get a huge amount of delays this year. And the shows that we're looking at this year are likely Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2, Ironheart, and maybe X-Men 97 and the other animated shows. But that's it. So Echo and Coven of Chaos likely getting pushed to next year. And I think once we get to 2025, I don't think we're getting any more of these rinky-dink little shows anymore. I think they're going to take it all very seriously. And I think that Daredevil is probably their first attempt at making what they will probably try to, say is like appointment television within the Marvel Universe that's big, bold, brings all these different characters in. So, I don't know, man. The question is, when we get into these other shows, and I think Secret Invasion will be the first one, I have a lot of high hopes for Secret Invasion. But here's frankly where I'm at as a Marvel fan. And this is just me. But, like, if the first episode of Secret Invasion doesn't slap, I'm kind of fucking out. I'm out. Like, I have zero patience for it anymore. Like, if we get in there and it's like, and it feels like this really small, like, kind of bullshit side project where it's, because here's the other thing. Don't put fucking Secret Invasion on something and not make it amazing. Are you kidding me? One of the coolest comic book events ever, and they're gonna do some bullshit ass show for it? No fucking thank you. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. So Secret Invasion better fucking slap. And that first episode better kick me swiftly in the taint. Pause. And I want to be excited about it. But I'm at this place where, like, if it starts to teeter in the wrong direction, I'm going to throw my hands up. I'm very, very upset. Now, next, of course, you've got Loki Season 2. Here's the problem with Loki Season 2. Like, I love Loki Season 1. Hearing some really weird things about Loki Season 2. Hearing some really weird things. And so I'm hoping that we don't go into this subvert your expectations like, oh, you didn't see this shit coming. It's not actually going to be about Kang. Bullshit. I don't want that. No, thank you. Sometimes when I order a burger, I just want a fucking burger. So please don't do that. Now, Ironheart, that's a really interesting one, okay? Ironheart seems to be actually bringing Mephisto in, which by the way, Unfortunately, some of you guys were probably right, because it seems like that other concept art was fake and probably was created by AI. I tried to tell you. You know what I mean? I tried to tell you, but you guys were like convinced that it was real. So, yeah. Now, here's the other thing that's weird. You don't have a winter movie for Marvel next year. So you've got an early in the year movie in Quantumania. Then you've got an early summer movie in Guardians 3, which I'm really excited. Like, the whole chat was, bro, that's AI? Maybe. 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 What is this image? Where's a good image for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Oh, fuck it. Let's do this one. Okay, so here's the deal. I actually expect Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to be absolutely awesome and probably a really like well-received movie. Here's the issue. I don't think it's going to tie into shit. I don't think it's tying into nothing. Like multiverse stuff, other Avengers stuff. Maybe it'll set up the new team of Guardians afterwards. But I really feel like Feige was like, no, we're going to give Gunn his goodbye, his closeout, and all of that. My issue is this movie should have come out in Phase 4. And it actually probably would have boosted Phase 4 a little bit. I feel like Phase 5 and Phase 6 needs to be a little bit more direct, needs to really build towards New Avengers or build towards the multiversal threat. So while Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is probably going to be really good, it's going to feel a little weird to be like, oh, Kang, Quantumania, let's fucking go! And then be like, oh, well, we're going to go on this little side trip with the Guardians. You know, we'll be back. And then the other part that's really weird is that the next movie is also a summer movie. The next movie is also a summer movie, and that would be The Marvels. Now, here's the thing with The Marvels. We've talked about this before. I'm really nervous and worried about The Marvels. A lot of the stuff that Grace is talking about is like they're going to take that weird She-Hulk approach of like trying to stick it to the trolls and trying to like go right after trolls. Horrible idea. Will create a horrible environment on social media to talk about this movie, regardless of how you feel about that shit. Bad move, in my opinion, from the studio's perspective. But the one thing that could actually get this movie to be embraced by the audiences and could actually be pretty fucking cool is apparently this will tie into the multiverse. And the rumor is you're going to see an incursion in this movie. And the rumor is that it will be one of the most shocking visual things that Marvel has ever done. They want the incursion to be something that makes your hair on your arm stand up. They want the incursion to be so wild that you're like, damn. Okay? So, can the Marvels balance what it's trying to do with tone, what it's trying to do with these characters, and whatever it wants to do with the trolls, and actually connecting into it and being awesome? Can it pull off a Boys? Can it be like The Boys? Where, yeah, it does some cringy stuff, it does some political stuff, it does some identity politics, but it's so fucking good that we kind of have to sit back and be like, damn, but that was kind of dope. I don't know. I would love for the Marvels to be so good that we look past maybe some of its flaws. Of course. I'm rooting for these characters. I'm rooting for this franchise. I just unfortunately have this trepidation and this fear that this is Phase 4 mentality. That the Marvels comes from the old Phase 4 mentality, which frankly sucked. Right? So we'll see. I don't know. We shall see. Curious as to what you guys think about that. But I'll tell you this. Here's my biggest hope for Marvel. And it's actually funny because it's kind of a repeat of what they did this year. But I expect that if all this stuff happens and it's kind of wishy-washy, like let's say like the Marvels is as bad as maybe I fear that it will be, well, they're going to turn around at San Diego Comic-Con and they're going to blow our fucking hair back with announcements. Just like they did this year, where they were like, kind of out of nowhere, oh, Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars is real, right? Well, why do you think that happened? Well, because Love and Thunder just happened, man. And shit was whack. And the narrative was they have no direction. Marvel's not the same. And so Feige basically just, He went crazy at Comic-Con. And so I think, regardless of maybe how this all shakes out, we could get some like actual stuff. Like, what if we get a little tease of like Red Hulk, Sentry, you know, some of the fun stuff that's coming? What if they push some more mutant stuff really? Like, what if we really get the goods? More clarification on multiverse stuff, Secret Wars stuff at Comic-Con. I actually do expect that the Comic-Con this year for Marvel will be very strong and potentially even hint at or directly talk about how they're slowing down. And, you know, maybe more movies, less shows. You know, we'll see. But I want some clarification, and I think this summer we're going to get a lot of answers about Marvel for all of that. Now, a couple of other things that I have no timetable on. I would really like to know if you guys do. But X-Men 97 and What If Season 2. X-Men 97, holy shit, bro. I'm so excited for that, okay? So we've heard some weird things about Marvel, production, animation studio, budget cuts, whatever. Please, for the love of God, don't let any of that shit touch X-Men 97. I don't care if you ever do another animated project. X-Men 97 has to be great. It has to be great, bro. I don't want my first, like, experience with X-Men under Disney to be like whack. That's going to be bad. That'll be a bad taste. So it's got to be really good. And, you know, Beau DeMayo seems awesome. Sort of like the lead writer over there. And I have a lot of high hopes for what they're going to do with the X-Men 97 show. What If Season 2 also has an opportunity to be incredible, to set up animation at Marvel Studios down this really interesting path. But it also has a chance to maybe kind of flounder and hurt Marvel Animation Studios' future. So, sort of a lot of questions, a lot of answers. I think there's a lot of stuff to look forward to. Maybe Marvel Zombies. I don't know about Marvel Zombies, actually. But, yeah, so as I sort of look through it, man, it's like I'm excited about Quantumania. Secret Invasion, big one for me. Loki Season 2, please be dope. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I expect that to be great. I just don't know if it'll actually push any of the overall macro narrative forward. The Marvels, we'll see. And then I think we'll get some massive announcements. I think 2024 will be a much better year for Marvel. So between all of that, you know, we just went through all this stuff that's Star Wars, non-DC, non-Marvel. You know, James Gunn and Peter Safran maybe talking about their plan for DC. And, you know, Star Wars, I think, having a very strong lineup, but also having to break the news about more sequel stuff. Marvel in a place where they're making all of these changes, but we might not see these changes until next year or late this year. Interesting times. Interesting times. So I really think that there's a lot to look forward to in 2023. I'm excited to check it all out with you guys. That'll be super fun. And so I just wanted to kind of lay it out there for you, talk about my expectations, talk about what could be going on, etc., etc. And now I think let's get into Q&A. What do you think? It's kind of a long stream, huh? Kind of a long one. We got into a lot of different things there. Good God. So let me ask you this before we get into the Q&A. Is there any, out of everything we just talked about, what is the one that you're most excited for? What are some of the projects you're most excited for? Let me know in the chat. What are you hyped about? Boom. What are you hyped about? Oh, and look at this. It's kind of interesting. So 66% of you do not believe James Gunn will be very clear in his announcement. Wow. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, Ahsoka seems to be a lot of people. Quantumania. Incursion in the Marvels could be cool. Help us, anime. You're our only hope. Anime will be fire, I expect. The Batman 2, that's not even greenlit yet. The Batman 2 is not going to happen this year. It hasn't even been greenlit. Transformers, Ahsoka, Mando, Bad Batch, Guardians 3. Oppenheimer looks dope. True. The Flash, but only for Keaton. Fair. Bleach. Yeah, Bleach would be sick. Game of Thrones content? Hell yeah. Loki 2 and Agatha. I mean, maybe Agatha comes out, maybe. Invincibles. Hey, you know what's that? Cool. Lots of stuff to look forward to, man. We're going to have some good time. We're going to have some good times. Okay, let's get into the Q&A. Appreciate all the love. Yeah, Connor, absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Okay, so Martin, and I'll go over that again when we get into that chat, but I got to start from the beginning here. Martin says, and I missed somebody's member chat. It did some weird thing. I had it pop up at the beginning of the stream, and then it went away. Somebody was saying, what was it? It was a member chat at the very beginning of the stream. I wish I could recall what it was. No. I don't think it was you, Stevie. It was kind. I said I love you. Oh, thanks, Briton. Appreciate that. Okay, so Martin says, Disney earnings call will be interesting, especially with what the company has become now, and hoping to see Born Again set photos. Love you, bro. Yeah, I am quite interested to watch the trajectory of Disney this year. We'll see. On paper, shit does not look good for them. So we'll see, man, and maybe they can turn it around. And yeah, Born Again set photos, let's get it. I'm here for it. John Cross says, does your head canon for Star Wars follow into Disney canon, or do you not count what Disney has done? Part 2 will be asked later on Nerd Theory. So I actually do consider all the Disney stuff canon. I don't separate it. I don't know. Like, to me, I'm actually probably a little more optimistic about sequel trilogy content than a lot of the fan base, because I think it could be cool, and I think there's some interesting stuff to do there, and also, like, you just got to move on. You just got to move on, and this is the way that they do it. But yeah, I do consider it canon, you know. So James, again, welcome back to the members. John Cross says, watch parties for the 3 double episodes of Bad Batch. Maybe. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. So we're not going to do a watch party this week, but we'll watch it on, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. I'm B. Vlone says, spoiler warning, first incursion in Loki Season 2. I think that's a possibility. And if it's dope and awesome, I would love it. I love Loki Season 1. And I hope Loki Season 2 is incredible. I've just heard some things that have me like, oh, I don't know about that shit. So we'll see. Nick D, member for 24 months, says, hey, dude, it's been a great 2 years. I found you guys in May 2020, and the Nerd Vengers were a bright light in a very dark time in my life. I truly love all of you, and thanks for everything. Thanks, Nick, man. We appreciate it. Those 2020 streams, that was a wild time. But happy that you found some peace, man. Rhett Proctor with a 10 spot says, I am so hyped for all the Marvel content this year. In the new Ant-Man trailer, we have seen MODOK. Do you think AIM will be a thing in Quantumania with the beekeeper suits? No, I don't think so. But maybe there'll be a thing in the future. I don't know. I mean, Advanced Idea Mechanics does a lot in Marvel Comics, including help to bring the Red Hulk to life. So perhaps we'll see some of that stuff moving forward. The Leader, MODOK, these are big players for AIM, so maybe you'll see something like that. Nerd Casual, thanks, and welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Big Stevie W says, schedule the trip first. That will be the motivation. If you wait, you'll never do it. I disagree. I do like the idea of it, though, but I feel like if we book the trip, we're just going to go regardless. I'm making an ultimatum. Kyle TK says, hype for my diamond badge. Starting the year off right. 6 months down. More to go. Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate the love. Nick D with a 20 spot, very generous, says, speaking about IP outside of Marvel, Star Wars, and DC, I have recently gotten into the Street Fighter comics by Udon. I love Street Fighter. The games, the lore. It's fun, dude. I like Street Fighter. Is that a comic or whatever? So you said comics. Okay, well maybe I'll have to check that out. I like Street Fighter. You know what that made me think of was the old Tekken movie, dude. The old Tekken anime movie, bro. If you haven't seen the old Tekken anime movie, that shit was hype. I thought it was sick. So thanks, Nick. Maybe I will check that Street Fighter shit out. I appreciate the support. Lars says it is time. For what though? Matthew says, New Year's resolutions are more exercise, more socialization, more art. Also, if person is on gear, that is fine, but be honest when giving fitness advice. Oh yeah, totally agree with that, dude. Like, yeah, there's a lot of dishonesty and people being like, you know, like Liver King and shit, right? Or even The Rock. Like, even The Rock and Hemsworth, I think, are misleading people. Drive with Dre, $50 donation. Holy shit, man. I really appreciate that. Says, Happy New Year, dude. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. Moosey Mike, remember for 8 months, says, I saw Dune 2 twice and fell asleep both times, especially in the cinema, with the loud theme music started to play over and over. It took me out of the movie. Yeah, it's definitely boring, bro. Like, I love the movie, but that shit is boring. I can't deny it. I can't deny it. So I'm just hoping the next one is better. You know what I mean? I hope the next one pops a little bit more because that's what Dune needs. If it wants to be mass appeal IP, it has to appeal to the masses. Lee says, if I can drive and smash the like button, anyone can. Smash it. Damn, did I just hit a squirrel? Well, the squirrel is not the problem. I just hope that you don't hit a pole or something, bro. You know what I mean? Kendall says, Trigger. I need Zach to make an A-tier movie first. No! You don't say that. You don't say that. What are you talking about, dude? Watchmen, underrated masterpiece. 300, underrated masterpiece. Dawn of the Dead, underrated masterpiece. Sucker Punch. That's right, I'm going to say it. Underrated masterpiece. I said it! And honestly, some of the DC stuff is some of his weakest work. But I think Man of Steel is phenomenal. So you don't say that. Chris says, Josh, have you ever read Donny Cates' Venom? Hell yeah, bro. Silver Surfer Black included. Big focus on dark versus light, good versus evil. Almost a Star Wars feel. Silver Surfer Black is amazing. P.S. Hunter x Hunter. Yes, I have read some of that stuff. I think it's really cool. Which, by the way, in the Children's Crusade, the heart of the universe or whatever that bullshit was that Wanda was trying to tap into, that Doctor Doom ends up tapping into, that all comes from the light, which is the opposite of the darkness. And the darkness like creates Null and all those different things. But the light god is what did that heart of the universe shit. It's also what brings Eddie Brock back to life. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I think that's really fun. RF Gaming Channel says, so confident about Rebel Moon, gonna bet your hair? Well, what would the bet be? Like, how could I all right, Kendall. All right, cool. So what kind of a bet would I make? Because how will we quantify it? It's not going to go into the box office, so we can't do that. How do we... So you're telling me light is the opposite of dark? That's right, bro. That's why you come to these streams. That's why you come to these streams, bro. So you get fed that knowledge. You guys remember that old commercial? Yo, throw a 1 into the chat if you remember the old Ty Lopez commercials. Here in my garage, you know what I like better than things is knowledge. Y'all remember that? Yeah, man. Yeah. Share your knowledge on Rebel Moon. I mean, I did just now. That's all I know is that it's like a Star Wars pitch that he had. It's going to be about a village that is getting crushed by some kind of enemy, and the people go out and recruit help. That's what Seven Samurai is about. So it's like a version of Seven Samurai, which was a Kurosawa film, I believe. But the Seven Samurai has been adapted many different times in many different ways. So it's like Seven Samurai meets Star Wars, Rebel Moon. Chilling in the Basement says there is a potential sleeping giant of an IP that's starting to get developed as a comeback. This is Stargate. Apple might get The Expanse. Well, I do like Stargate. I've watched a little bit of The Expanse. I think sci-fi is the way to go. So we could see like a big sci-fi, like maybe sci-fi is the new thing, right? Like maybe sci-fi is like, it replaces comic book movies and that becomes like the shit. You know, I could see it. Appreciate the support, man. Jackson Henry with a 10 spot says, looking forward to the content this year, Josh, and love this community. People have already reached out in the Discord, hyped for the year, and the Nerd Vengers are the best community on YouTube. Hell yeah, Jackson. And I hope you're doing all right, man. Hope you're doing all right. Vandolph the Black says, Josh, Zach's Moon movie has nothing but Battle Beyond the Stars, by Roger Corman. James Cameron was the art director, so it's going to suck, bro. Hey, you don't say that! You don't say that! You don't say that, bro. You don't say that to me. And we'll see, won't we, Vandolph? Vandolph, are you a hater? Ryan Brantley, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, man. You are a Nerd Venger now. Hunted Autumn says, Josh, Kenobi is going to be fire. Andor will be our salvation. Also, Josh, Mando Season 3 is going to be massive. Uh-oh, much love. That's true, actually. There was this small window of time. You know what's really funny about this? Do you guys remember this? There was a small window in time between when Kenobi ended and before I watched Andor, and I started to kind of sense that maybe Andor was going to be poo-poo, where I said, like, Andor is going to save Star Wars, like, Andor is going to be just what we needed and all that shit. There was, like, a month period where I was very high on Andor, and then I watched it, and I was like, dude, fuck that. Fuck that, bro. And there was also a time period. Britton Davis, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. There was also a time period in between Boba and Kenobi before I read the Kenobi leaks. Do you guys remember how excited I was about Kenobi before I read the leaks? Oh my goodness, bro. I was so excited about Kenobi. Then the leaks came out and I was just like, no. 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 Speaking of that, Chris says, confirmed, new Star Wars film trilogy is Reva and Rose team up. Oh my goodness. Sounds incredible. Sounds incredible, Chris. Can't wait. Bismo says, missed goal Q&A. Looking to grind PT and fully heal. Somehow, Rose Tico returned. Fun fact, I dated her cousin in high school. We all know why that didn't work. Wait, what? I don't know why that didn't work. What? Bismo, tell us. Tell us all the juicy details. Did she stop you from doing a heroic sacrifice thing and then smooch you in a really awkward way as well? Let us know the details, bro. Jive Jimmy says, thank you for all the content, or the awesome content. I always enjoy watching these streams, even if I miss them live. I'll go back and watch. Much love. Appreciate you, Jive Jimmy. You the man. Jive Jimmy. Overbound Game Studio says, maybe we should watch the D&D cartoon, but Toei and Marvel. That sounds fun. It's the 80s old school Saturday morning cartoon action. It's on YouTube for free. I will bring that up on Wednesday, and maybe we'll vote for that. Maybe no one will vote for it. We'll see. Claytonium says, I believe we can still salvage the sequel timeline. But if somebody calls Rey Master Skywalker in the next movie, I'm walking out of the theater. Whew, bro. Bro, what are they thinking? Like, real talk, can we just stop for a second and just... What do we think that theater experience is going to be like? Like, oh my God, bro. Like, we're going to go into the theater and people are going to be, like, ready to go, bro. They're like, all right, let's see this bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, that's going to be the fucking attitude. Like, people are going to be literally sitting there like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Show me what you got, Kathy. You know? Like, people are going to be like, this feels like a bad move, bro. Oh, man. Whew. Okay, well, we'll see. You know, we'll see. Will Parker says Secret Invasion isn't getting enough hype. Could have tons of cameos, tie-ins, and it's an incredible story. Happy New Year and Nerd Vengers for life! Appreciate you, Will. And you're right. It could be great. I want it to be great. It has the source material to be great. So let's see what happens. Kendall says, if Secret Invasion turns into Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm out too, bro. Real talk. Like, it's going to be very hard. That's going to hurt real fucking bad, dude. That's going to hurt real bad. I'm just going to go, I'll just stop doing watch parties for it, and I'll be like, we'll cover it when it's over, and I'm just going to go back and read the comic. And then maybe I'll make a video about, like, why the comic is so great and why the show is butthole. Because, like, that's just really not it, bro. You know? Yeezy Fosheezy says, Happy New Year, nerds. Josh, rank Batman the Animated Series, Spider-Man 90s, and the X-Men 90s. Ooh, that's a tough one. Those are all royalty. Bro, that is so challenging. This is a brain. This is a pretzel. This is my brain. Pretzel now. I gotta put X-Men as number one. X-Men number one. I think I gotta put Spidey number two. I gotta put Batman the Animated Series number three. I'm sorry, Kevin Conroy. May you rest in power. Connor says, Josh, do you take inspiration from Dr. Disrespect? Yes, I do. Not as much anymore, but initially, like a lot of the ideas of the stream and, you know, Nerd Vengers Tower, very similar to like the arena. I think Doc is a genius. I think he is one of the most entertaining people online. And so, yeah, I take inspiration from him. We've kind of gone in our own direction. We do our own thing, but absolutely take a lot of inspiration from the two-time. Elisa says, I'm looking forward to more Lizzie Olsen content. You and me both. But what if there's none? I mean, I don't know if she's confirmed for anything. Maybe Agatha. Yeezy Fosheezy, welcome back. Mandalore says, Diamond level, baby. Happy New Year, man. How was yours? How did you ring in the New Year, my guy? We just kind of kicked it, man. We didn't really do much, honestly, in New Year's. But it was nice to just kind of chill at home. The past couple of weeks, I've been kind of just chilling. I wasn't making as many videos, just spending more family time. And I feel incredible. I feel very much rejuvenated. So I'm excited to tackle 2023. But, yeah, New Year was good, man. Appreciate the support. Dark Dragon says, what's your opinion on what Marvel Comics has planned for 2023? I'm hoping to catch up with the current stuff this year. The Sinister stuff seems cool. Are they going to actually do that timeless stuff and the Mr. Miracle stuff? It seems kind of fun. So, yeah, I'm optimistic. Marvel Comics is better right now than it's been in a long time. So, I'm into it. David says with a 10 spot, personally kind of done with MCU after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. MCU is feeling too Ready Player One, but massively hyped for Furiosa/Fury Road prequel. George Miller doesn't miss. And Reinfeld with Nick Cage as Dracula. What? Okay, well, that kind of sounds fun. And I'm excited about the George Miller stuff, too. I like George Miller stuff quite a bit. So thank you, David. Appreciate the 10, man. Elijah says, just woke up. I was up till 4 a.m. making that. Happy Nerd Vengers. Yeah, Josh, just hit me up with that feedback. Will do, brother. People loved it. Did y'all like the intro? Did y'all like the intro? Thought it was cool. Michael Smith says, I feel with all the projects coming out, Marvel will be good, but anime will hold top spot for a while. Yeah, probably, dude. Anime is on fire right now. Rhett Proctor says, I hope we learn who's going to be the Fantastic Four. At this point, I don't care about fan cast. Maybe Glenn Powell for Reed Richards, but that's it. Yeah, I think we need those answers. I think we'll get those answers at Comic-Con. Comic-Con this year is going to be huge. Jared says, Den of Goats, bring me Invincible and Ahsoka. Going to be a dope nerd vengeance in 2023. How about them dogs? Bro, how about this? The Pittsburgh Steelers could actually make the playoffs. I can't believe they beat the Ravens. Yeah, we're going to talk a little sports ball. I can't believe they beat the Ravens. And all we need next year, and if you don't, you gotta help me out here. If you don't care about sports, I need you to just put some energy into the cosmos. We need the Patriots to lose, and I think we need the Dolphins to lose, and then we need the Steelers to win. Yeah. So if all of those things happen, the Steelers are in the playoffs. What? Incredible. Let's see here. Stevie says, first super of the year. Well, thank you for the 10. Says, going to try and be around as often as I've stopped worrying about leaks. Oh, thanks, man. Much love, brother, to you and your beautiful family. Hope for all the success for everyone this year. Well, thanks, man. And I still try to keep it like chill. You know, if today we could have talked about the Secret Wars leaks, but I kept it in a vid. But sometimes we got to talk about it. It's like too crazy, right? Britton Davis again. Welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. Haunted Autumn says, just wanted to put some positivity in the universe. Prayers for Jeremy Renner and his family. Life is short and crazy. I love you all. May the force be with you. Hell yeah, man. I hope he recovers quick, for sure. Eric D said Savage Land Battle Pass and Marvel Snap. Let's go. Really? Did they announce that shit? Is it dropping today? Sell us your pants. I mean, these are Express pants. They're pretty comfy, a little bit stretchy, but I was working outside and I literally fell. All right, I'll tell you guys something. I literally fell because the dogs just dig. And I was doing something outside this morning and my foot literally just went right into one of their big ass holes and I fell. And my knee got all muddy. So, there you go. Jay Slide, member for 24 months, says 2 years, baby. No Adventures for life. Happy New Year's, fam. I appreciate it, Jay Slide. I appreciate all the support, man. And let's get it in 2023. Rhett Proctor says, how about the Ohio State kicker shanking the kick under pressure to win the game? Even as a Georgia fan, I felt bad for that dude. I actually didn't hear much about that. I'll have to hit my cousin up, though, because he's a huge Ohio State fan. So I'm going to have to just hit him up and be like, yo, what happened to your boy? What happened to your boy? You know what I mean? What happened to your boy? My foot went into a huge, big asshole? Yes, 100%. Fuck the Steelers! Zoe the GOAT! Dude, no, Zoe. Look, I know you weren't the biggest fan of the James Gunn thing, and I know we've had our differences recently. But now you're a Steeler hater, too? What's going on here? We have beef? I don't want to start 2023 with beef. Sheesh. Let's go, Zoe. No, you don't say that. Oh, man. Steelers getting to the playoffs. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Oh, man. Yo, if the Steelers make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to make a shirt that says Zoe the GOAT was wrong. That's for you. That's for you. Josh, are you from PA? Yes. I was born in North Carolina, but I am... Stevie, you don't say that. I was born in North Carolina, but now I reside in PA, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, well, I think we're going to have to call it. I am starving, dude. That was a long one. That was like a 2-hour stream to start the year. Yeah, about 2 hours. About 2 hours. Okay, before we get out of here, though, any last-minute shit, anything anybody wants to say real quick, I'll check it out in the chat. Let's hang in the chat for like 5 minutes, and we're going to call it, okay? Have I ever watched Hunter x Hunter? Not really, man. Not really. Chris says, did you read my member chat about Donny Cates' Venom? I did read that. Yeah. I did actually read it. And I love those games. You were talking about the light and the darkness. I was making a reference to Children's Crusade and how that light of the universe or that life force thing, which is the thing that brings Eddie Brock back to life, is the thing that Wanda was trying to tap into to bring Hawkeye, to bring other people back to life. She was trying to bring people back to life too. So yeah, I talked about it. D and Dead 2023 will be a massive exodus. No! Jason, no. Your whole family's from Pittsburgh, so I hate the Steelers for life? Wouldn't that be the opposite of that? Sheesh. Wouldn't that be the awesome? Damn, look at all the Steeler hate here. Can we just all admit Twitter is not the real world if you believe Twitter? Avatar 2 would tank because no one cares. Yeah, that's a good point. Avatar 2 is continuing to dominate. Good for Jimmy Cameron. Good for Jimmy Cameron, I say. Not for the RPG hobby, just for the brand. I mean, I understand your trepidation, bro, because like Hasbro recently said, it's so fucking wild. Hasbro is so stupid, bro. They literally said, but Hasbro could get bought out, Jason. They're tanking so bad, they might become the target of a buyout. But regardless, Hasbro literally said that the Dungeons and Dragons brand is incredibly under monetized. And I mean, bro, if that doesn't make you sick to your stomach, especially you look at what's happening with Magic the Gathering right now. Papa Hasbro's like, yo, we think we could squeeze a lot more dollars out of these D&D nerds. Basically is what they said. And it's like, bro, what? Like, you don't say that. How was Magic Night? It was awesome. I only got 2 dubs, almost 3 dubs. But my best decks performed incredibly well. And then I had some like kind of cheesy stuff that's really, really fun too. So some of it worked out. Yeah, Jason, but that digital shit could be cool, bro. That digital tabletop looks cool. I mean, you and I had a great campaign on Roll20. Like, it's fun to play digitally with other people. It's hard to get a game going on together. Like, real talk, and I know some people probably think this is blasphemy, but like, so I'm building my my Warhammer armies, right? But if I had a way to play digitally with like a really high quality digital tabletop, I would love that. I would play the shit out of that. You know what I mean? You can eat during it. We won't mind. What are you talking about? Oh, no member stream today. Member streams are just on Wednesdays. Just on Wednesdays now. Well, and Fridays, I guess. But check my chat, Josh. Okay, let me see. Where, though? Eric. Okay, sounds like James Gunn is going to pull from Man of Tomorrow animated movie. Have a young soup starting at the Daily Planet. Lobo, Legs, Parasite. Movie is good. Check it out on HBO. Okay, I think I've seen Man of Tomorrow, but I'll check it out. Look, here's the thing. Despite all of the James Gunn stuff, I'm going to try to be optimistic and root for him for DC. I've even considered... Because I said something a couple weeks ago, and like a lot of people got really butthurt by it. I said, if he keeps Peacemaker and Suicide Squad and kills everything else, I'm going to boycott, or I'm done, basically. And a lot of people were like, no, that's not right. And I was actually, I'm really surprised, actually. Because a lot of people don't, maybe they just don't feel the same way I do, or maybe there's this loud minority of people that are like, no, it would make sense for him to keep all of his own shit. And I'm just like, what? Like, to me, I think that's ridiculous. But... in the name of, in the spirit of trying to just be the den of nerds and be open to these things, I'm going to try to be open to whatever James Gunn decides to do. But the shit has to slap. It has to be good. It cannot just be a reboot that's like, it has to be incredible. Is that fair? Is that fair? Jeez, man. Born and raised Steelers fan. Let's fucking go. Hype for Star Wars this year. Hey, I appreciate that 5 spot, man. And wouldn't that be wild, bro, if the Steelers got into the playoffs? Wouldn't that be wild? Steelers are kind of a dangerous team to let into the playoffs, man. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to play the Steelers. Do you read comics these days? I've been seeing the year-end list, and comics look like it put out quality. There's a lot of good stuff that came out last year. I'm actually reading Avengers Forever right now. It's pretty good. So, yeah. Josh, release your anger. I think I will. But we're going to try to be positive first, you know? All right, everybody. I got to get out of here. Wait, Joey, did I miss a soupy from Joey? Joey says, for some BWW, that's where I'm going. Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings. That's where I'm going to lunch today. Hey, Joey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think we're probably going to eat pasta. I think Elise is making a pasta. So we're going to eat a little pasta with some Italian sausage or something like that. I would love for John Jones to fight this year. I want to see it for sure. I want him to fight the big guy, dude. Just Francis and John. That's what we've wanted, right? Haunted Autumn says, remember that time you, in theory, followed a missed super to a comment about a missed super chat on a YouTube video? That was my YouTube highlight from 2022. I do remember that, dude. Theory's so wild, bro. What a wild dude. What happened to your RPG game? Yeah. Unfortunately, man. Look, I still have those ideas. I still have those concepts. I'm trying to figure out how to work it in. But the bottom line is, like, I was going to do it as an NFT fucking metaverse thing, and now everybody hates that shit. So I had to rethink it, basically. And I tried. To hold the flag for NFTs. The whole world was like, NFTs suck. And I was like, no, dude, NFTs is incredible technology. It's all really, really cool. And then I just sat back and watched all these scams after scam after scam happen. I'm like, y'all are really fucking up my chi, because how am I supposed to now launch a project? And now it's like, fuck, man, I can't do that. Like, it literally got to the point where I can't do it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out a way to do it, but I can't do it the way we were going to do it. Yes, Nerd Theory should be on tonight. Bad Batch Watch Party. Probably not. But, all right. Much love. Yeah, well, we'll get the game going. We will figure it out. We'll get it figured out. Okay, everybody. Much love. And then one more time, let's check out this dope intro / outro by Elijah. Shit's kind of hype. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh, yeah. That's a good stream to start 2023 with. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. A lot of fun stuff coming this year. I'm excited. We'll do a reaction stream tomorrow. Nerd Theory later. A dope Secret Wars video dropping as well. Let's get it. Make sure to open up your third eye, wash out your stinky butt, and I'll see you next time.